Now that we've talked about the anatomy of the jalapeno pepper and what actually going on inside the pepper, let's talk about some ways you can find jalapeno peppers in your local Mega Mart. Let's take a look. The first example of the jalapeno here is the fresh jalapeno. This is the most commonly found in your local Mega Mart. Obviously, we have a couple different color variations. That just is a sign of the maturity of the pepper. You can use these peppers if you want to eat them raw, or if you want to use them in any fresh salsa preparations. The next example of a jalapeno pepper we have here is pickled. Now what that means is that the fresh jalapenos are taken and they're placed in a brine. Primarily, normally it's usually vinegar, water, salt, and sugar, and that's a basic brine you would use for pickling. And then depending on how you want to flavor it, you can add your own spices. These peppers, we have them shown here in the whole form, and we have them shown in the slice form. These are the jalapeno peppers you're going to find on your nachos at the ball game. You know, they're going to be that canned pickled jalapeno that you find on nachos. You find them in most salad preparations. It'll add a little bit of a vinegar bite to it. This is actually a great pepper if you make your own hot sauce, because it keeps the heat, but it also has that little bit of a vinegar touch to your hot sauce. Now, this may not look like a jalapeno pepper, but in fact it is. This is what's called a chipotle pepper, and what a chipotle pepper is a fresh jalapeno that's smoked and then dried, and we've got it here in its dried form. It's very concentrated. It definitely intensifies the heat because we're removing some of the moisture from the pepper, but it's a fantastic cooking chili. Now, if you want to use this in your cooking, what you have to do first is reconstitute it and rehydrate it. You'd place these peppers in a container with hot water, just enough to cover it, for about 20 minutes or so, and then once the peppers rehydrate, you can remove them from the water and then use them like you would any fresh chili. If you can't find dried chipotles or don't want to go through the process of reconstituting them, you can use these peppers here. And what these are chipotle peppers that are canned in adobo sauce. Basically, the way we achieve this is we take the dried chipotle pepper, reconstitute it, and then it's packed in a tomato and garlic-based sauce and then canned. The advantage of these peppers is that they're already rehydrated. They actually pick up a decent amount of flavor from the adobo sauce, and they're much easier for the home cook to utilize in their recipes. Well, I hope we've given you some great information about the humble jalapeno pepper, and I hope we've shown you some great ways you can use it in your everyday cooking. Let me show you one way that I really like to use the jalapeno. Here's one of my favorite ways to use the jalapeno pepper, and it's just in a real basic pico de gallo like we do here at Salsaritas. What you want to do is take some fresh diced tomatoes, put them in a small little mixing bowl, a little bit of fresh cilantro, some diced seeded jalapeno peppers, a little bit of fresh diced red onion, and a squeeze of lime. Very simple, very basic, very straightforward. Give it a small little toss, a little mix up, and this is pretty much ready to go. You can use it on burritos, tacos, chips, whatever you'd like.